Life often seems too overwhelming. You seem too small compared to its sheer vastness and are bound to get lost in its complexities from time to time. It is of utmost importance to have a firm grip of yourself and your sanity during those times. I hope this provides aid to you in dire times. It is natural for one to come across daily stresses of life. We suffer more often in imagination, Seneca has said, and time again, this has been proven true to me. We make a really big deal out of small situations in the future, and when that situation happens, it turns out you were wrong. Another thing you should remember is the dichotomy of control. Differentiating what you can control and not control is basic fundamental idea that everyone should make their habit if they want to be calm in a situations. Accept everything you can't change as fate and change everything you want within your grasp. In face of uncertainty and confusion or worry about things, remember your mortality. In face of death, all the meaningless things fade away, and what truly matter to you become apparent. You often see people on social media living their best life, going on vacations, getting married, buying new cars. It seems like everyone is living the best life except you. That's why you hear overnight rich stories. You think they must have gotten rich by doing this one simple thing and boom, now they are at the top. Yes, it can be true if, and only if, multiple possibilities are all in your favor, and chances of that are slim to none. All the things going your way in your favor and all that happening at the right time and place with right person. All these things lining up together is slim to none. Most of the time the work that goes into things is never shown. You think everyone else has it easy. All these social media stuff makes you think there is something wrong with your life. If you are not on vacation or buying new cars, you need to remember that these are just highlight parts of people's life. None lives like this. Only the best parts are uploaded. Remember that your life is made up of your days, and good days are not particularly having days where everything went your way, but the days where you spent your time pursuing a higher and more meaningful goal and being responsible for yourself and trying your best even in the direst of situations. Those are the days which are well spent, and a series of those days are what makes a fulfilling life. We often live in the future and try to live our days on autopilot. We wait for the real life to begin. The idea that your real life has not started and will begin at some point in the future. Until then, you try to rush your days, living in the fantasy that your life will truly begin when you start to earn or when all your problems are sorted. But you need to understand that what you are living right now is life. So I would advise you to not fantasize too much about the future and try to enjoy the present. We are often blinded to our present blessings in a fantasy of a future life. You take many things for granted every day. We are often so busy in the complexities of our life that we forget the beauty in its simplicity. Every day we are in a rush. We are hurrying through life. Don't let life just happen to you. Participate in it. I want you to stop and breathe for a moment. Just enjoy breathing. When was the last time you just stopped and enjoyed a glass of water? Yes, a glass of water. When was the last time you just looked towards the sky and appreciate its beauty and vastness, or appreciate a person? Be it your parents or someone who is there for you, we often never begin to live because of the delusion that life has not begun. Our suffering blinds and makes us take things for granted. Make gratitude your habit, because you'll regret it when the things you took for granted are gone. We are often burdened by past mistakes. I want you to not give any amount of power to those mistakes over you. The past is gone. Any amount of weeping and crying over those mistakes is futile, and the best and most healthy thing you can do is analyze that mistake as objectively as possible. The thought that you can't change the past is also liberating from the perspective that you don't have any control over it, so you are not responsible for it. The only thing that matters is action in the present and now. Never linger to the past. There are going to be days where you are going to fail, and you're going to fail miserably, and for that you need to be mentally prepared. Understand that the failures are part of success, and that if you are striving for something, you're going to fail again and again, and you are going to be in your head and against yourself. Think of these failures as the trials necessary for you to become who you want to be. If you want your life to be better, you need to sit down and think about where you want to be and how you're going to get there. You need to write these things down. I cannot state the importance of a clear target. If you have not written them down, and writing them down is important so that they aren't just some abstract idea in your head but are articulated well into reality. Writing it down makes those targets real, and you might say, well, I don't know what to aim at. Well, you won't always know. You have to understand the path is not straight. You may do one thing, then change your trajectory, then do another thing, and then again, change the sail ever so slightly. If you have an end destination, there are thousands of paths to reach it, and each person's path will be different, but the destination is the same. And most of the time, the path is where the growth lies, and the destination becomes a mere bonus. Key to sticking to a goal is loving the effort. Understand effort is where actualization happens. The time in this universe is limited, so while we may be doomed in eternity by suffering and malevolence and hatred and tyranny, it is our utmost duty to make it a little better, or at least try not to make it worse. Well, you ask, how do I do that? And you do that by firstly taking responsibility for yourself, and that means no matter how bad things are, you try your absolute best. That's it. You give it your all. Doesn't matter if you failed or you succeed. You tried and gave it all, and that in and of itself is success, believe it or not. Treat everyone with kindness and try to make this world a more livable place. True strength is knowing the misery of life, staring into the eyes of the abyss, and still choosing to be good, do your best, and be responsible for yourself.